I truly cannot believe that tonight the WWE they pulled the trigger on this match on free television on Raw. And for more videos like this, remember to like, subscribe, hype up the video, and become a channel member today, or click the link in the pinned comment section of the video, guys. Yes, click the link to donate to help save and secure my future right here on YouTube.com. It is my link to help fund the show because without you, there truly is no Sean's View. So tonight, we were told, my sources told me that this was being saved for a premium live event. But tonight on Raw, did the panic mode set in for the WWE? Or is this the start of the greatest era in history, viewers, fans, and subscribers? Because what we got tonight was a main event that could have been seen at a WrestleMania, at a SummerSlam, at a Royal Rumble. But tonight we got it on, well, I call it free television, but you know what I mean. Monday Night Raw, CM Punk, AJ Styles in the main event, the main attraction, the shock, the awe, the highlights. And if you want more reviews like this, because it's not just about my review, it's about your review, your insights, your comments, your thoughts. What was your opinion about tonight's Monday Night Raw? What is going on, guys? It is Sean's View Entertainment, your number one source for the real, raw, uncut truth about the WWE. We had AJ Styles versus CM Punk for the World Championship. We had the terrifying reunion of the Vision now that the suspension is lifted of one Braun Breaker. And we have a major update on AJ Styles and his career on the line this Saturday at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. But we have to get to the biggest story of the night, immediately, because the entire Raw locker room started shaking. We need to talk about the Vision. For the last few weeks, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed have been holding down the fort. They've been dangerous for sure, but we all know they were just biding their time. They were waiting for the suspension to end of Braun Breaker. Tonight, Adam Pearce finally caved. He signed the paperwork and officially lifted the suspension of Braun Breaker. And now all four members of the Vision will be involved in the Royal Rumble event. And remember, viewers, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, turn on notifications. Remember to hype up the video. What was to you the moment of the night? What was to you the match of the night? What to you was the shock of the night, the angle of the night, the storyline of the night? It all boils down to each and every one of you. And what happened immediately? The band is back together. We saw Breaker walk back to the locker room and look on Austin Theory's face, said it all. The Vision isn't forming. They are whole again. They have their enforcer back. They have the dog off the leash. But did you catch the strategy session backstage? Logan Paul was laying out the master plan. He said, listen, we don't need to fight each other in the Royal Rumble. All four of us work together to make sure that Braun Breaker walks out as the number one contender at the Royal Rumble and goes straight to the main event of WrestleMania. They are actively plotting to rig the Royal Rumble, and if they stick to that plan, nobody else stands a chance. But guys, here's the detail that nobody else is talking about. In the background of that segment, Paul Heyman, the one pulling the strings as he was on the phone. Paul Heyman lurking in the shadows. Who was he talking to? What was he up to? Who was he on the phone with, Paul Heyman? Was he calling Roman Reigns, or was he calling Brock Lesnar? If Paul Heyman is managing Braun Breaker, then God help the rest of the roster. And I want to ask the chat room, who was Paul Heyman calling, for those of you that may have noticed or didn't see it? Type Roman if he's still loyal, or type new client if he is now officially just Braun Breaker the whole way, seeing that it looks like he's the future. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your opinions in the comment section. Now, let's switch gears. Let's switch gears to the biggest shocker, and honestly, the biggest feel-good moment of the night at the top of the 9 p.m. hour. We found out who is the next in line for the Usos tag team titles. And guys, get the stakes ready. Otis and Akira Tozawa are officially the number one contenders for the tag team championships. Also, WWE confirms big debut for the Royal Rumble. On tonight's Raw, WWE announced that two former NXT champions, Oba Femi, will make his official main roster debut in the men's Royal Rumble match. That is big. Also, sadly and unfortunately, we got some tragedy to talk about during this Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Rey Mysterio injured. He just returned. Rey Mysterio just came back. Rey Mysterio injured during tonight's Monday Night Raw. Now, I know what you're thinking, Sean, the Usos are going to squash them. But hold on. The Usos were backstage watching this. But Jey Uso actually was there watching the show, watching the match. live and in living person, not just backstage. He wanted to get a good glimpse of this thing, ladies and gentlemen, a very good glimpse. Now, we all know that Tozawa is one of the most underrated workers in the world, and Otis is a tank. And if the Usos walk into this number one contender match thinking that this is a comedy match and Tozawa starts hitting these German suplexes, we might actually see the biggest upset in 2026 in the tag team division. Now, is this just a filler feud before or after the Royal Rumble, or can Tozawa and Otis actually pull off the miracle? Drop a steak emoji in the chat if you believe in the Academy. Also, Becky Lynch speaks as the women's reigning Intercontinental Champion. She was standing backstage and she had that women's IC title draped over her shoulder, and she had a message for the entire locker room. Becky Lynch has elevated that women's IC title to the point where it feels more important than the world title right now. Becky looks untouchable. This is the best run of her career since 2018, and it will be the final run of her career, as a matter of fact. But the most explosive story of the night wasn't even in the ring, it was backstage. We need to talk about the fall of the demon, of Finn Balor. This man is a former Universal Champion. He has carried Raw for years. And tonight, Adam Pearce looked him in the eye and denied him entry into the 2026 Royal Rumble. Balor was begging for a spot. He wasn't demanding, he was pleading, and Pearce shut the door in his face. Now, with Damian Priest gone to SmackDown and the old Judgment Day dead and buried, we have the new Judgment Day with Liv Morgan. Balor is losing his grip on power, and management smells the weakness. But then it got worse, ladies and gentlemen. It got worse from in there out, because Liv Morgan cornered him right after he got kicked out of the office, and she asked the question that has been trending on Twitter all night. Finn, are you really trying to save the Judgment Day, or are you secretly with CM Punk to get another shot, another crack at the World Heavyweight Championship? Liv Morgan knows something we don't. Think about it. Why would Finn Balor align with Punk? Because Punk is the anti-establishment guy. Punk is the guy who fights management. Adam Pearce just screwed Balor. Punk hates Adam Pearce. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I need to know whose side you are on. Type Team Punk if you think Balor joins him, or type Judgment Day if you think Balor stays loyal to the bitter end. And ladies and gentlemen, we need to stop everything and talk about the biggest news of the night. We had a backstage interview tonight regarding the Royal Rumble match. Gunther, AJ Styles, but then the stipulation dropped. AJ Styles is putting his career on the line, as we all know. We might be looking at the very last match of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Is that yet another reason? Is that the real reason that we got CM Punk versus AJ Styles tonight on Monday Night Raw with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line up for grabs? Something we did not anticipate or expect to go down. The rumors have been swirling for months that AJ Styles' contract is up. Is this it? Is this how they write him off? Is this how they're going to go off into the sunset, ladies and gentlemen? This changes the entire feeling of the Rumble. If Gunther wins, AJ Styles is gone, retired, done. But if AJ wins, he has defeated the ring general and saved his career. You saw AJ's face. He looked desperate. He looked like a man who knows his time is ticking. I honestly got chills. We talk about eras ending all the time, but guys, TNA, New Japan, WWE, AJ Styles has been the best for 20 years. Are we ready to say goodbye on Saturday? Now, I don't trust Triple H here, viewers. He loves heat. He loves making us cry. I have a bad feeling about this. I think Gunther might actually do it. He might be the one to retire AJ Styles, or going into tonight, into the main event that we are watching right now, because we do all news and rumors, all video reviews in real time. Remember, for more videos like this, remember to hype, like, and remember to make it right here on SeanzViewEnt, the brash and brazen by design. Will AJ Styles win the World Championship tonight and go into the Royal Rumble against Gunther? The entire card, the entire image of what you saw the Royal Rumble might completely, drastically change if AJ Styles wins the world title from CM Punk tonight on Raw on Netflix. And now, the main event, the reason we are still here, AJ Styles, CM Punk, the world's title, as we're doing the video. The work rate, incredible. These two guys at this age are still the best in the world, but let's talk about that finish. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, you don't give away Styles versus Punk clean on free TV just several days before the Rumble. But look at the crowd. They were on their feet. That proves that CM Punk is still the biggest draw in the company. Love him or hate him. Guys, my head is absolutely spinning. This was a chaotic, messy, beautiful episode of Raw. I need to know your rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Put it in the comments right now. I will be replying in the next hour or hearting the comments. If you enjoyed this Sean's View Entertainment review, smash the like button and it helps the algorithm more than you know. Subscribe for the rumors and stay for the truth. I'm Sean's View Entertainment. This is Sean View. Major updates coming tomorrow morning on this channel. Do not miss it. I am out. What a night. What a main event from start to finish. This was a Monday Night Raw that wasn't the greatest of all time, wasn't the best of all time, but in my opinion, it was worth a watch, and it was not a waste of time. How do you feel? How do you see it? How do you call it, viewers? Because it's all about your call. Because remember, your view is the only view that matters right here on this very website. Subscribe.